hesitated there. I had to give it a second read just to make sure I was saying it right.
And Corentin Angot from France.
Yeah. Interestingly, there you can see from the graphic an Italian shooting in the final as well. And as we were mentioning, Italians are very strong in these Barebow categories. Wouldn't shock me to see 3 Italian victories in these matches from the junior Barebows, but I'm sure the Frenchman would be very willing to stop the winning streak of the Italians today.
So here we have Eric Esposito of Italy.
Yep. Followed by Naomi.
Thanks. Corentin Angot from France. Sorry. Corentin Angot from France.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, the French don't pronounce their T's very often.
No, they don't. So again, they'll be going around the same course. Those of you that may have missed the first 2 matches, the archers will be shooting the 20-meter full face, 40-centimeter face to begin with. Fairly tame start almost. It's a flat 20-meter target. Nothing overly difficult about it, apart from the situation that you're in, shooting off for a World Championship medal. That's a good view of the finals field. You can really get a sense for what it's like for the archers there. And the Italian straight into it, just as we saw with Sarah Nachetti. Just wants to get the ball rolling quickly, put the pressure on the Frenchman. Nice shot.
Great start.
Great start. Looked like a really good shot as well, and obviously rewarded with a 6. See how the Frenchman takes that. A 2. So a massive 4-point lead straight away for Eric in 1 arrow. Let's see how he maintains this. Solid 5. Very good shooting so far from the Italian.
And a 4 for Corentin.
Corentin Angot. 4. Eric, see if he can maintain his gold rush here, and he does. Another 5. Great shooting. 16 points.
And a 4 for Angot.
Well, a 6-point lead straight away for the Italian. Great shooting from him. Looks naturally happy with that start. Frenchman naturally disappointed with his start, a 4-4-2.
Interestingly, Eric from Italy, he was ranked 2nd in the qualifying, and Corentin was ranked 4th.
Corentin 4th
sorry,
or
third?
3rd? Yeah, I was going to say 3rd he was. Both shooting very similar scores on the marks round. 276 for Eric, 272 for Corentin. Very close, and like I say, these are marked targets now. 611 for Eric in the qualification, dwarfed by his Italian teammate shooting the 669, who we'll see in the gold medal match later on this afternoon. Next matchup, actually. So, like I say, Italians showing some good form coming into this. Onto the 40 meters, we know, very steep target. Anything can happen on this. When you shoot uphill or downhill, you do have to take meters off your distance because of science. And it's very difficult to explain, but often archers can get this wrong, but Eric seems to just be straight in there again. Is that a 5?
I think it might be.
Our spotters have called it a 5. It's very close.
Yeah, shooting up and down slopes, it totally changes the arc of the
It
arrow.
does, yeah. If we go into science a little bit, obviously the arrow is affected by gravity and all sorts of things like this. But you can get very close to the distance that the archers have to shoot the arrow on to get it in the middle by using trigonometry and.
Yeah. So for this, I'd probably cut 2-3 meters.
Yeah, something like that. It's 22. It's quick maths. 2.5.
No.
Because of
Okay.
science. but because it's uphill, you'd probably take off slightly less due to the effects of gravity. So, yeah, 2 meter cut. That's what you'd go for. Good shooting again from Eric. 5.53. 4 and a 3 for Corentin in the target already. Needs a 6 just to tie Eric on this target. And it shoots a 3, so the lead is extended
To 9
well,
points.
yeah, even further. Eric has a 9-point lead halfway through this match, and 29 points is some very good shooting on these two targets. In comparison, like we were saying, his marks round was a 276. Based on his current form in these two targets, he'd shoot very close. Well, he'd probably shoot around a 350. So he's, like I say, his shooting right now has been better than it has been all week. So he's really turned up to this match, and that's good for him.
Yeah, shooting in a match situation like this, it gives you a little bit more focus, and
Yeah.
as long as you can control the adrenaline, it can work in your favour.
Yeah, it's going to affect people in different ways, isn't it? And the important thing is champions learn how to
Step up.
Yeah, take all those feelings and turn them into positive energy, I guess, not to sound too cheesy. I was a bit suspect with Eric's first arrow being a 5. Our spotters called it a 5. It has been downgraded to a 4. My eyesight is better than a Leica scope, apparently. And, yeah, a mere 8 points now for Eric, going into the last two targets. But as we know, both these archers very similar in ability to shoot arrows into the middle, and this doesn't mean that Eric is out of this. It doesn't mean that the Frenchman is out of this match, because anything can happen with Eric as well. He could quite easily turn around and shoot a couple of poor targets, and Angot shoot a couple of good ones. So keep your eyes peeled on this. Angot could turn up here and really pile the pressure on Eric, and that'll be a different way to...
That's not the start you needed, though.
No, he started with a 2. All right. And another 5 from Eric. I tried to create a bit of tension there. Just look to come off his back a little bit there,
Yeah.
the Frenchman.
You probably lost half an inch of jaw length before you let go.
You can just see Eric's arrow creeping forward slightly as well. Another spotters have called it a 5 again. Poor angle for us to see from, but we'll trust them with a 5. And Eric is just shooting incredibly well.
And then the 4 for Corentin to finish.
And that's 6. Another 16 points for Eric on a target. Fantastic shooting.
Yeah, so he has, a 14-point lead?
Yeah, 14 points going into the last target.
That's quite considerable,
I
really.
mean, let's be honest, based on the Frenchman's last 3 targets, Eric wouldn't really need to shoot this last target, but anything can happen. You know,
Corentin has been very consistent,
Yeah.
shooting 10 for each target, but
10, 10, 10.
that really isn't enough in this situation.
No. I mean, it's even for him, it's below his scoring ability. Like I say, 10 a target. These archers shoot 24 targets a day on their qualification, and he's gunning for a 240 there, which is a good 30 points lower than his marked score the second day of qualification, which is the similar targets to what we're shooting now. So effectively put, Corentin is shooting below par, but vice versa, Eric is shooting well above par at the moment with 16, 12, 16. You won't see the seniors shooting much better than that, I don't think, later on today.
So our final target, 50 metres, 80 centimetres, with a 15-degree uphill.
15 degrees.
But as well as it being uphill, there is a slight cross slope there as well,
Yep.
which is you've got to take into consideration.
Yeah, you can just about see the cross slope there going from dropping away on the left-hand side. Eric straight into his routine again. And that's the wrong target. Nice cameraman.
Okay, a 3.
A 3 for him. And a good 5 for the Frenchman. Takes 2 points back.
It's his first gold of the match.
That's 12 more points to go.
He's moving his mouth while he's at full draw. It's quite odd.
And solid 4 from Eric. That probably means he wins the match with an arrow to
Forward
spare.
loose.
Yeah.
For the Frenchman, that was not a good shot, was it?
No. A miss low left. We've seen, like I say, a few misses from the Barebow archers this morning already. It's a very difficult target, and like I say, in the circumstances. A 3 again. Eric not shooting anything outside the 3, even on the difficult targets, which is very good shooting. 54 points is a good score, I think. Like I say, you won't see too much bigger than that from the seniors later on this afternoon.
And a victory for the bronze medal is by Eric Esposito.
Yeah. Italians 100% win records so far today.